good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing absolutely fine. In this gap that we had been into, there are several things that comes to our mind every day, whether we should do this, whether we should not. Because life is constantly so busy, so much of hectic schedule. Sometimes you are too much busy, sometimes you don't get time for your own personal self, sometimes you get a lot of work, sometimes you skip some work in order to get that time out and all. So in this all hotspots and all, there's a question comes to mind: how to keep the mind calm, or is remaining calm and cool and composed is a skill, or is it something that naturally inbuilt within us and we don't see? So in our today's topic, we are going to talk about a very good topic called, is being calm a skill? So which means in any situation, whether it is hectic, not hectic, whether it is urgency, not urgency, always remaining calm, is it a skill that you will have to acquire, or is it a skill that you will have to learn from somewhere, or is it something that you can build yourself? So to understand that answer, you need to understand a couple of things of your character, of your disciplined way of living your life, your disciplined way of working, your disciplined way of operating, how you operate, how you take up the breaks, how you take frequently took things, how you look at things in a different way. That all makes it that whether being calm is a skill, or it has been a technique, or whether it is inbuilt within you. So let's get started and let's see how it works for us. Well, to begin with, is being calm a skill? No, it's not a skill, but it's a technique. In some cases, you can say it's a skill because initially, when you start to build these characteristics of remaining calm and composed in any given situation, it is a skill because it takes time to build. But as it says, anything that you do continuously, your body get habituated it and it becomes a habit. So initially it is a skill, but it eventually becomes a habit which is already there within you. All you have to realize it. Remaining calm makes things more faster, more easier, and more robust than making it in a hurry. What am I meaning to say? I am trying to say, when you make hurry, you make some other mistake. How much ever difficult the work is, how much ever difficult that subject is, how much ever difficult that task to implement or task to execute, be it like you're taking a business decision, be you are a student who are taking a project deadline and other things, anything can be done if your mind is calm, if you are calm, because in cool mind, in calmness, you can think more, and you can even simultaneously can plan further steps at the time of executing. But if you make the same thing in a hodgepodge way, you are not going to get to that decision. Subsequently, where in calmness you could have achieved at least about a 98% accuracy, now you will get only about 75-78% accuracy, or up to 80%, because you lost that 20% margin in your hodgepodge. Too many mistakes are happening, too many things are missing out because you are not able to think properly, you're thinking in a different way, you're focusing something more and something less because your brain is not getting properly distributed. So in any given situation, remaining calm is always a good way. Now, how does it is a skill? It's not a skill, it's a technique, it's a disciplined way of building that. For example, if you get up at 5:30 in the morning and you go to your workbench or your study bench and you plan your day, you write your diary, you plan your activity, you see what are the first 2 or 3 activities that you have to do, pick those activity, do that, and every day at 5:30 exactly you're leaving your bed, you're coming down to your workstation, you're checking out, okay, there are 2 tasks I have to do between 5:30 to 7:30. So 2 hours, finish that 2 tasks, and then you're going for the first break. So that 2 task is only your priority. But the next priority comes is before you leave, before 10 minutes before you leave for the break, You need to see soon after you come back from the break, what is that you're going to do. That task is your next agenda. So, two before, which when you started your day, then is a break, then two task is coming. After that, there is another break. Maybe like after three tasks, if the second task is, if the other two tasks after the first break is not that big, that heavy, you can add one more extra task. But maintaining consistency of task and consistency of break is always a permissible of one, and that gives you a complete discipline edge, because at one given point of time you're only doing two tasks and you're very calm and very composed. If you're reading, yes, something to make your focus locked at one place. You can do, like if you feel like listening music and reading keeps your brain locked at one position, do that. Or listening something and doing other work and keeping your focus locked, do that. The point is, whatever keeps your focus, keeps your attention locked, do that. So basically, you're while doing the task, if two other things, if one more additional thing on the background is keeping your focus and dedication locked, attention locked, do that, because that attention and that focus locked will help you gain that momentum. And what it is doing, basically, when you're doing the work, you're simultaneously processing a lot of information in your brain, and that background task is doing the work of cooling down your brain, so you are not getting that hyper jittery. Sometimes you don't get, sometimes when you write a, for example, when you write a piece of code, you don't get that idea. When you are reading an article where you don't understand some meaning, you start getting too much irritated or something. That background task is keeping you cool, but at the same time that background task is keeping your focus locked. That is keeping your focus locked because something is falling on your ear, but you are not recording that. But what you are reading, you are recording that. Now that gives you the benefit of keeping yourself calm and getting your work done. So often when you start, people might tell you, hey, this will not work, that will not work. No, not every procedure that you follow will work for somebody else. But when you do something out of the way and make that work for you, that is where you are building up. Now that calmness comes only when you have that savior and based on ground. So calmness is always not a skill, but at the beginning it is a skill. But as you keep doing, that becomes into a daily routine, and then that becomes into a habit. And habit, once anything that becomes your part of your habit, that falls under two category, whether it is a good category or a bad category. Whether it's not a bad category, basically it's a good category, or it's a not so good category. Good category is like you are disciplined, you are disciplined and getting up every day at the same time. Your focus and dedication is locked at one two tasks every time, and after a break you are in your control. You have something to keep your focus and attention locked, and at the same time you have something that keeps you going and doing the work. So now what happened, the same 18 hours what you're working before, and your calmness was not there, there was noise and other thing. Now even there is noise, even there is so much of things going on outside, your attention and your focus will not break, and you will not get irritated because there are outside noise which is disturbing you or bothering you, because now you know that when you do the work, your attention is whether you're listening to music or not listening to music, but the initial ways of listening music has locked your subconscious mind in such a way that when you start working, your brain automatically starts cooling down your system. Your brain, your subconscious mind automatically starts getting cooled down and starts processing information smoothly, and you get the work done without realizing any difficulty. Whether it is birds are chirping, whether kids are playing, whether there are hell of noise, nothing bothers you anymore, because you are in your own control. And this, my dear friend, is the calmness. And this skill, yes, this is a skill initially, but often It requires, or it is named as a skill because it builds up, but eventually it is not a skill, but it is a disciplined way of leading an active work environment life or any personal life. So the answer to your question finally, is being calm a skill? No, it's not a skill, but it's a skill initially. I will end up this question. So this is a quite confusing one, but the answer lies within this statement. Is being calm a skill? No, it's not a skill, but yes, it's a skill. Now, that statement is up to you to decode whether it is a skill or whether it is not a skill. If it is a skill, what else you will be doing? If it is not a skill, what is that? You have to watch the whole video in order to understand whether it is a skill or whether it is not a skill. But my answer will be, is being calm a skill? No, it's not a skill, but yes, it's a skill. Thank you very much for watching Siddharth World, and for such interesting videos and blogs topics, please watch our channel and watch these interesting blogs on frequent intervals. And if you haven't subscribed the channel, please do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon next to it, and do select all option, not the personalized option, so that whenever there is a new content piece out, be it a YouTube stories, be it a blog post, be it a 2 minutes blog post, you will be getting such stories out alert on your system, so you would be the first person to watch and would able to share your thoughts, share your comments, and would be able to share it with others. And please do like the videos and share the videos with other friends and colleagues and family members if you find some videos which are relevant to them and they could be benefited out of it. And please do post your comments so that we will be benefited out of it, understanding what your thoughts are, and we will also get help in getting our channel goes through the YouTube algorithm, so you will get more benefit and more stories can be posted out. Until the next story, we will be taking a break. Thank you very much, and see you again on the next story after a couple of hours.